Hey everybody, welcome back to Shock and Schlock. I'm your host, Herschel Gillis, and today I'm going to be talking about the infamous, we'll talk about that later, 1997 shot-on-video horror cult classic, The Necro Files. This is the second time that I am recording this video. I'm trying to compose myself because I was laughing too hard when trying to explain this film, so I'm going to do my best to make this funny, but I'm gonna make it through it, and I have a couple things to say at the end of the video, so stick around too. So what is the Necrophiles? It's a 1997 shot-on-video, low-budget, indie horror comedy. Possibly unintentional comedy. I'll talk about that. The base idea of the film is this serial killer slash rapist gets killed, and he gets resurrected by two cult members who are trying to do this like ritual involving killing a baby. And he comes back by accident, like they don't want him. So they try to summon another demon to take care of it, and they summon a demon, but what comes back is the baby they killed. We'll talk about that later. And the zombie comes back, or like the serial killer comes back as a zombie, goes on a raping and killing spree, and is being chased down by the cult members and two police officers. That's the base story. Here's why it's batshit. Here's why you should watch it. First of all, the zombie in this film of the rapist, this is the part I was laughing, I'm trying to compose myself, I've had breathing, has a giant rubber penis that is like this wide and at least this long, and it's just hanging out of his pants. It's wearing pants and a shirt. It's not naked, it just has a huge floppy zombie dong. Just flip-flapping away. And the two cult members in this are very stupid. They're like two of the Three Stooges. So every time they're on screen at all, it's like turns into like a weird slapstick comedy. And they try to deal with this. They try to deal with this baby that they bring back that's supposed to be like a demon to take care of the serial killer. The baby is a baby doll. Not even a good looking one. Like it is it looks like they got it from the dollar store. It looks horrible. But they get it, and it flies without wings, and it looks just like a baby doll. There is no discerning markings, and when it flies through the air, there is a string attached to it that you can see during some shots of the film. And they also do a voice for it. Who the hell knows why? I have no clue. They do a voiceover, and it sounds like a cartoon voice trying to do like Mickey Mouse or somebody on helium. And it's like, ooh, I'm flying. And it's like so stupid. It is ridiculous. And yeah, we get that. And then the two cops, there is one that is straight-faced and the other one that is not. The straight-faced one is, I don't even know if it was intended to be a straight-faced performance because the actor can't remember half of his fucking lines. At all. I'm baffled by this film. And I love it. But we're going to talk about that. He can't remember his lines, so he's looking off screen reading these sometimes, and he talks in the most robotic, monotone voice, no inflection at all. It just stays there, and his partner is this like corrupt drug addict, and he's always sniffing coke, doing heroin. That's his whole character. His three major character like ideas are that he's a drug addict, he's a cop, and he really hates punks and hippies. And he will say it 5,000 times in dialogue. I hate punks or I hate hippies. That is, I am not joking. That exact line or anything related to it is about 90% of his dialogue. It is hysterical. Like, he rips lines of coke in the movie, and you can't convince me that the real actor that was playing that did not do it, because he does his best Nick Cage impression. And I'm not talking like Nick Cage in Pig or, Leaving Las Vegas. I'm not even talking Nick Cage in National Treasure. I'm talking Nick Cage in Vampire's Kiss, except cranked up even further, where he just screams all of his lines. Looks like he's on drugs in real life. So we get all that, and then we get side characters that are killed by the zombie. One of them is a weird prostitute that is having sex with this inflatable doll and starts putting a fake rubber thing inside of it and says this the most awkward dialogue, like, do you like that? I like that. Stuff like that, and the zombie kills him, you know. This movie's bonkers completely. I can't tell at some points if this is intended to be as funny as it is, because some of it you're laughing at how crappy this looks. Like, the special effects in this are not good. The gore, not very good. It's very cheap looking. It looks like Halloween decorations. The baby is the baby doll. Yeah. I would compare this to something like Things, but this is at least partly intentionally funny. And it also has a discernible storyline. With, like, there are plot holes, but it makes rational sense. Like, at least in, like, the movie world, you know. I mean, it's a zombie movie. But, yeah. The acting is bad. Special effects are bad. But there's, like, a weird charm to it that you get from the best B movies. And it is a hell of a fun time. And you should absolutely watch this film. If you're a B movie fan, if you're a horror fan in general, or if you just want a good laugh. It's on Tubi TV for free, which is weird because initially this movie was rated NC-17. And Tubi TV's been getting a couple of those. But on Tubi TV, weirdly enough, this is rated TV-14. Please do not watch this with your kids. If you have children that are like 13 or younger, this has graphic nudity, like gore, and, you know, it's not TV-14, that's for sure. Especially when half of the dialogue in this movie is saying fuck punks or fuck hippies, so, or just fuck, or calling people motherfucker. This is the most cussing I've ever done in a video, but this is like 90% of the dialogue. It's pretty great. This is probably my favorite shot-on video horror movie, other than Things, but, you know, is Things really even considered a horror movie? I know it was intended to be, but, like, there's no one on the planet that would do that. This at least has horror elements. Yeah, if you want to see flying babies cackling and attacking a zombie falling in love with a sex doll, a zombie with a huge rubber penis, watch this movie. If you want to see terrible acting by people that look like they're coked up, watch this movie. I highly recommend it. It is essential viewing. One of my favorite films that I reviewed this month. It's just really fun. This is a good, like, party movie too. If you have a group of friends that like horror movies, this is a good one to put on and have some laughs. So, highly recommend checking that out. And I'm coming up at the end of this video, and I want to talk about one more thing about this film, and that is that it is on the disturbing movie Iceberg, which is a shit chart. First of all, please do not listen to anything on the disturbing movie Iceberg, and please do not listen to anybody that has made a video about it, because they're 99.9% of them are all incorrect. I'm working on my own video explaining the films on it first. I'm watching every film. I've seen most of them. And I want to explain the misconceptions that a lot of people have about it, and why the chart was made by someone that hasn't seen 90% of the films on it, because there are weird placements. Some of the stuff on there is just fetish films, and I never found that disturbing. So I'm going to make that, and I'm going to do a separate video with my own chart. It's not going to be an iceberg, but I'm going to talk about, like, the least to most extreme, like, underground cinema, and then do a separate one for, like, fetish films and shockumentaries for that, talking about some of my favorite stuff that I can recommend. But the Necrophiles is, like, below stuff like a Serbian film stuff. The person who made that chart definitely did not watch this film, so please do not listen to that. Keep an eye out for my video, though. And I also got something really cool today that I want to show off. I know this is turning into a bit of an unboxing video, but in my Begotten review, I talked about getting a legitimate copy. Here it is. This is what a real copy of Begotten looks like. It will have probably the security device and close thing on them if you're getting a sealed one. But there is a UPC number. Let's see. Or the ISBN number. That's what I mean, I'm sorry. On the back here, and you're going to want to make sure that you have the correct one, which is 15668713660. To make sure it's legit, because these are commonly bootlegged, and these are getting harder to come by. I managed to find a copy, which I'm very excited about, and I just wanted to show that off. Also, want to do a shout out to Tape Rot Productions on Etsy for making this Barbarian VHS. Yes, it is working. It's a red VHS tape. I believe they still have some black ones available. If not, he might be able to make you one if you message him. But this is really cool. And also today, got my Scream Factory order in, so I want to talk about that. Got my Bubba Hotep Blu-ray, Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, with the slipcovers. Shockingly, I haven't seen one of these with a slipcover in a long time, and that goes for a little bit of money, actually, so excited about that. And I finally finished off my Halloween 4Ks. So, yeah, short little unboxing there. Come back tomorrow, and I'm going to be doing another review, probably for the Gateway Meet, as it's also on the Disturbing Movie Iceberg, and I have some thoughts on it. Spoiler alert, I don't like the movie. I think it's kind of shit. So, but y'all like negative things, don't you? Right? I know I do. I like watching negative reviews sometimes. That's it for today, though. Thanks for watching. Make sure to keep your notifications on. Subscribe if you haven't. Zero thoughts, zero editing, zero brain cells, and zero planning. I've been your host, Herschel Gillis, signing off for today. Thanks, guys.